Yeah. It's a lot of rappers in the game. You know what I mean? Underground industry. Hydro record. I just got one question to ask though. On the real. Yeah.
Who's your favorite celebrity, man? Sallah-Dolla. Sallah-Dolla.
Yeah.
Since it ain't
I just visited in the studio at 5 in the morning, nigga.
Who's your
What it
favorite
is?
celebrity now?
Yeah. I'm going in like the negotiator.
Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Grind Time Television Show. I'm your host, Sallah-Dolla. Basically, this is the second show that we did in 2011. This show right here is basically for all of the aspiring artists, actors, producers, engineers, musicians, everybody out there. I wish y'all a successful year this year, and just keep doing what you're doing, do what you love, and do what's in your heart. Grind Time Show. On this show right here, we're going to talk about a couple of the things that separate unity in the hip-hop community, as well as in the music business and all walks of life. And one of the main things that I looked at and observed, and I think a lot of spiritual people or people with insight have evaluated, is jealousy is one of the major things that separate us from accomplishing a common goal. Jealousy basically is, I guess, a feeling that somebody don't have something that somebody else have, or an attribute that another person have that another person feel like they may be lacking. The difference that I noticed from the street business versus being in the music business is that in the street business, if somebody don't like you, y'all kind of stay y'all distance away from each other. And if they do like you, you kind of work with them and y'all make money together as long as y'all possibly can. In the music business or the rap business, the difference is there's people that don't like you, but they'll smile with you because they're trying to acquire something that maybe you have to offer, or it's something that they feel like is beneficial about working with you. So I kind of call that the fake it till you make it theory in the music business, where at the end of the day, you can have a bunch, you can have 20 or 30 people around you that probably hate your guts. But basically, they're all smiling with you and yesing you to death because either they want to be around the lifestyle, either they want to be getting free beats or free studio time, or might want an opportunity on a television show, or might want a video shot for half price. It's so many different scenarios. So that's just one of the things to look at. Jealousy that goes on in business and the jealousy that goes on in life is the same thing. Like females go through it. I think business people go through it, and we deal with it in the hip-hop community as well. So I think that's one of the greatest enemies that stop us from really making money and stop us from growing as a whole. Haters. Haters, I got plenty of room for haters, so if anybody out there is tired of their haters, pass them on to me, because I actually turn that into some great motivation to make great music. It keeps me working, because I master so many different areas in my genre that sometimes I get a little bored. So I think I might get some hater t-shirts, and I'm going to get them in all sizes and all colors, because you got all sizes and all colors of haters. So that explains that. Miscommunication. Miscommunication to me is under-communication. There's no such thing as over-communication, but there is a such thing as under-communication. When you over-communicate, it might seem like you're talking a lot, or you might be bringing up the same point again and again and again, but everybody can appreciate the fact that that person is actually expressing everything that's going on when it comes to them in their area of the business or their area of life. Under-communication is when you don't express everything and you only tell certain things or express certain things, which basically there could be pieces or information that might be vital to the whole, or might be beneficial to the whole, and when you don't tell those different things, then it kind of offset the whole communication and where you're trying to go as a whole. Disloyalty. There's a lot of disloyalty in the hip-hop community. And basically, I think that disloyalty comes from people not being raised right, or not having wisdom, or not reading enough, or not finding out exactly who they are or what they're trying to be, or how powerful they can actually be if they was loyal. The reason why I'm a loyal person, because I have a duty to God to be loyal towards my people, those that's loyal towards me. And also, it's just my character, just to be a loyal guy, you know what I mean? Just to be honest and a stand of God. I want to be able to say that when I'm ascending myself to the next life. Power-hungry individuals. A lot of times you find people in this business, the reason why they can't be a part of a successful team or a successful business endeavor or a successful anything in life is because they start getting hungry for power. Now, power is something that's a feeling that makes you feel like you're big, or make you feel like you're needed, or make you feel like you're really a asset to any part of life. But you have to be able to understand what powers you have and what powers you don't have, and also be able to acknowledge certain powers that may be around you, or certain powers that may guide you and help you get to where you gotta go. So I always stress to be humble, and I try to be humble as much as possible, but there's a lot of power-hungry individuals that also stop them from growing, and also stop our community from growing, and stopping the overall walk of life from being harmonized or having harmony, is because that power-hungry thing make you say, you know what, I gotta be the first one to get online, or I gotta be the first one to get on the bus, or I gotta be the first one to get this car, I gotta be the first one to drop my CD, or I gotta be the first one to do this. As long as we all together, we all one. It is one. Miseducation. To me, miseducation comes from not studying the business, not studying yourself, not studying what God wants you to do or what God wants you to be. So I advise and I advocate this a lot on my social sites, as well as people that I come in contact with. Try to read as much as you can. I know it's hard, considering most people, most of their life, they haven't read for some strange reason. But you should start reading today, man. It'll make you feel better as a person inside. You'll be able to have words to express some of your feelings instead of getting frustrated and angry. And it'll make you feel like a well-rounded, powerful person that you probably want to be. Narrow-minded individuals. Narrow-minded individuals are individuals that's not open-minded enough to try different things, or being able to look at different things from a different outlook or different eyesight, you know what I mean, or mind state. And a lot of times what you have is, I call it the synchronized mind frame, where everybody all think the same, and it turns you into a narrow-minded person, because that area that you're thinking on, everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's thinking the same way. So I kind of look at that as being narrow-mindedness, and it also stops us from growing as a whole, as a company, as creating unity in our community, as far as anything that we're trying to accomplish in life. Even in your home, if you're narrow-minded and you don't want to try new things, then basically your home life will be the same forever. If you're at a job and you're doing things again and again and again, and the boss don't want to try nothing new, or there's nothing new for you to do every day, after a while you get bored. So it goes for everything in life. Notoriety. Everybody want to be famous. What we all need to realize is we all a star. Some stars are brighter than others. Some stars are further than others. Some stars are closer than others. But we all kind of like rotating this planet as stars. So be the star that you are. Don't worry about the next star, because we all stars at the end of the day. God made each one of us to shine in some kind of magnitude or some kind of capacity. So I guess that coincides with, you know, being jealous or just being who you are. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Me, I'm proud of the notoriety that I get. But at the end of the day, you know, we all got to figure out how that's going to make money at the end of the day, instead of just wanting to be famous in our town. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's not cracked up to be what most people think it is. You know what I mean? Honestly, until recently, I've really noticed that being a celebrity or being a local artist with a buzz or being a person that has certain creative skills, it also causes a lot of different other things that a lot of people may not anticipate or might not be ready for if you're dealing in this business. So my word of advice is, like most people out there, young people, go to school, do something positive, because a lot of times this rap game is not exactly what you think it is. And when you do get to a point where you are getting big, it's not exactly what you expect it to be, you know. So that's one thing I would say. Like, if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have went to school instead of becoming a rapper, because it's less stress and more money. You know what I mean? So that's what I say. Me personally, I evaluate myself and my life, and I try to make sure that I'm doing right for others, and I'm going to continue to do right for those that do right by me and my company and the things that I'm trying to do. And basically, at the end of the day, you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got to grow. Everybody should be striving to grow. And everybody should be striving to build something better in the community or the environment that they live in. As I